So this, I've had some questions about some of the geometry problems from your book, especially with respect to a composition of more than one rigid motion. So I'm going to show you how to maybe use the Sketchpad to do it. This is just a free copy that you all were able to download, and you can play with it for 20 minutes. By the way, I am working on getting you all a free copy that you can use for not for 20 minutes, but for as long as you want. So I'm just going to make a figure on the sketchpad here. I can just put some points on the sketchpad like that, and then I connect them with lines, and I have made a figure. And if I don't like my figure, I can go back to my pointer and I can adjust my figure. I can move my figure around. Now if you want to color your figure, you have to click on the actual points, and then you can go up to display, construct, and then you have colored your figure. So what I'm going to do now is hold that down, make a line here, okay? And if I want to reflect, do a reflection, I just double click that, highlight my figure, and then I can come up here and reflect. And there's the reflection. It will move accordingly. If I want to color this a different color, I can highlight that, and I can color that a different color if I wanted to, okay? And you see my reflection. You can do the same thing with translations and rotations. And this particular time, in this particular problem back up here, it said do a reflection over two parallel lines. So I need to get a second line over here that's parallel. So I'll just draw a point over there. And then this, I'll click on that and construct a parallel line. So now I have a second line over here. Okay, second line. And now if I do the same thing, reflect over the second line, double click the second line, highlight the figure, and then hit reflect. This is now a reflection or a composition. This is a composition of two reflections, and the reflections are over parallel lines. So some of the questions on the homework said this is a composition of two reflections. So this is a composition of two reflections over parallel lines. What does that equal? Well, in other words, you can go from the blue to the yellow to the purple, but how could you get directly from the blue to the purple? And I think you can see that the composition of two reflections over parallel lines is the same as just a translation. Is that in fact I can go from the blue to the purple by just sliding it over. I didn't mean to do that. Is a translation. Okay, that if I have the right amount, and if I measure this amount, I can figure out exactly. So I could measure this amount. I could measure from here to here. I have to construct a perpendicular to do that, though, to actually measure this amount. Construct a perpendicular line, because that will tell me how much that is on there. Okay, I just want to hide. I can hide a line also. I want to hide this line. And then just measure from here to here now. So that distance is 9.16 centimeters. What do you think if I translate this object, okay, translate. And if I translate this object, by how much do you think it will make it to go to this purple? First of all, I'm going to do a rectangular translation, okay, and I'm going to make this 0, and I'm going to translate it, say 9.16. Well, that didn't work. That didn't get it all the way over to here. How about if I double that? I did get it all the way over to the pink. I just have to bring it down a little bit. I don't know how much. Oops, bring it down a little bit. -2, almost -2.3. -2.4, -2.5, a little bit more, 7, 8, and you see I'm just about to get it. Okay, I'm not going to get it perfect, but you see I could probably get it over there. So in effect, a composition of two reflections over parallel lines is the same as a translation. You can see that slide. So that's what some of these problems ask. In this particular one, carry out the composition over these two parallel lines is the same as a what? As a translation. And then on your homework problems, it asks you to do some of these. Down here, it asks you to do some. And if you use the Sketchpad, I think you might have more success. Again, I'm working on getting everybody a license of the Sketchpad. I hope to have that available next week, where all of you will have your own free version of the Sketchpad and not have to use the preview. I hope this video helps for your homework.